The word recession strikes fear into the hearts of nearly everyone. It conjures images of job losses, shrinking portfolios, and a general feeling that the world is crumbling. But what if I told you that a recession isn't a threat, but it's the single greatest financial opportunity of a lifetime? Legendary investor Peter Lynch once said, "You make most of your money during a bear market. You just don't realize it at the time." And he was absolutely right. When prices are low and panic is high, the future fortunes are being quietly built by those with a rock-solid financial plan. So, success in times like these isn't about picking the perfect stock by luck. It's about being ready, staying disciplined, and having the courage to act when everyone else is too scared to try. We're going to break down a simple 4-pillar strategy to not only survive the downturn, but to position yourself as an eventual winner. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn fear into financial fuel. Starting with the most valuable asset. The most valuable asset you have in a recession is your job and your income. You can't implement a strategy of buying low if you've lost your primary source of funds. A consistent, steady paycheck is the bedrock of your recession-proof plan. The first step is to make yourself absolutely indispensable at work. You achieve this by solving problems before they're assigned, taking on crucial responsibilities that no one else wants, and becoming the go-to person. Upskill, learn new software, and demonstrate that losing you would create an immediate, painful gap. During a downturn, companies look to cut fat, but they will never cut muscle. Be the muscle. If your current job is unstable, discreetly seek a more secure position. The stability of your income is the engine for the entire strategy. You must prioritize keeping that cash flow positive. Next, you must ruthlessly reduce all debts. Think of high-interest debt as a financial anchor weighing down your boat in a storm. The faster the storm is blowing, the deeper the recession, the more dangerous that anchor becomes. This starts with credit card debt. This is the most toxic financial burden you can carry. With high double-digit interest rates, every dollar you owe is essentially a guaranteed, permanent drag on your future wealth. Pay it down aggressively. You cannot be a successful investor if you are simultaneously paying 20% or more to a credit card company. That interest rate is a headwind too strong to overcome. Beyond credit cards, look at all personal loans. The general principle in a recession is to create as much financial breathing room as possible. You need minimal mandatory payments so that your precious cash stockpile can be used for opportunities, not for servicing high-cost loans. Get lean, get solvent, and free yourself from your lenders. Once you've stabilized your income and attacked your debt, you can focus on the most important weapon in your recession arsenal: cash generation. This is an emergency, wartime mentality where the goal is to build the largest cash stockpile you possibly can. This cash is your war chest, and it gives you the power to buy when everyone else is selling. Start by ruthlessly cutting discretionary spending. Every subscription service and non-essential purchase needs to be scrutinized. Look for ways to bring in extra income, freelance, sell unused items, or take on a side gig. Every dollar saved and earned goes directly into your cash account. You are creating the dry powder that will eventually ignite huge returns. Cash is the only asset that holds its maximum purchasing power when asset prices collapse. Cash on the sidelines feels dull and unproductive in a bull market, but in a bear market, cash is king. This is, arguably, the hardest part of the entire plan, and it's why most people don't get rich during these cycles. This is where we talk about market psychology. Experience with market psychology teaches you one profound lesson: the scariest times are often the times to buy. when the news is apocalyptic, when every financial analyst on TV is predicting a depression, when your friends are selling their portfolios in a panic, that is the moment of maximum opportunity. The natural human instinct is to capitulate, to fold your hand, and to become too scared to buy back in. You see your portfolio plummet, and a voice in your head screams, "It's going to zero. Get out now and stop the bleeding." This is the exact moment when the majority of retail investors lock in their losses, ensuring they miss the eventual and often rapid recovery. The winners are those who had the guts to use the cash they saved when every talking head and person on the street is telling them to wait, or worse, to sell. You must recognize that the panic is an emotional response, not a logical one. You are buying from people who are being forced to sell or who are selling out of sheer terror. When you are buying assets at an 80% discount, you have to ignore the noise. You have to ignore the feeling in your stomach. As we mentioned, the bottom will be extremely volatile. You may buy, and then the asset may drop another 10%. You will feel that initial pain and doubt. This is normal. This is why it's so hard. But remember the ultimate goal. You are not trying to perfectly time the absolute lowest point. You are simply trying to buy great assets at recession-level prices. A 5% difference in timing is nothing compared to the long-term wealth created by simply getting into the market near the bottom. Ideally, the steps of reducing debt and generating cash, pillars 2 and 3, are much easier if you can predict a recession is coming. Sometimes, the signs are loud and clear. For example, the Federal Reserve beginning its tightening cycle is one of the most obvious predictors of a future downturn. The biggest winners often recognized this early and had already moved their assets to cash in preparation, ignoring the financial media and politicians who insisted that everything would be okay. They understood the economic signal and acted with conviction. If you didn't do that, if you're currently seeing your portfolio down and you feel like you're behind the curve, don't worry. You can still and you absolutely should implement the steps we've outlined right now in preparation for the next leg down. The market doesn't fall in a straight line. It always moves in waves. There will be subsequent opportunities, and you need to be ready for them, knowing that this is the best time to seize control of your financial future. The principles remain the same. Fortify your income, slash your debt, generate cash, and master your own fear. A recession is a financial test. Those who pass it do so not with luck, but with a prepared mind and a deep cash reserve. The greatest wealth is made during times of maximum fear. You have the knowledge to turn this crisis into your greatest financial opportunity. What is the single high-interest debt you will eliminate this week to maximize your buying power? Share your goal in the comments section. If you found this video valuable and are committed to conquering market volatility, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell.